Murder Weekly now has merch. Find shirts, mugs, and more with the Murder Weekly logo for sale at our merch store. There's free shipping and 10% off now with the coupon NEWMERCH10. Did we mention there's free shipping? Check out all the goods at caloroga.com, that's CALOROGA.com, or just look for the link in the show notes. Thanks for supporting the show. We really appreciate it.
Caloroga Shark Media. Hello and welcome to Murder Weekly. This episode is titled The Vanishing Violinist.
The applause echoed like a thunderous wave within the opulent Vienna concert hall. Eliza Vanburgh, the world's most celebrated violinist, had just finished a performance unlike any other. The symphony, shrouded in secrecy until the final bow, was a haunting composition by a long-dead prodigy, rumored to be cursed. Eliza, bathed in the spotlight, a serene smile gracing her porcelain features, seemed oblivious to the whispers that swirled around her like smoke. Backstage, the tension was as thick as the scent of dust and old roses. Eliza's flamboyant manager, Alistair Thorne, his perfectly tailored suit rumpled in agitation, paced like a caged panther. "Where is it?" he hissed, his voice tight. Eliza, calmly unstringing her priceless Guarneri del Gesù, raised an eyebrow. "Where is what, Alistair?" "The score, of course. You can't just vanish it after such a magnificent performance." Eliza's smile remained enigmatic. "Ah, the score," she said, her voice a melodious hush. "It served its purpose, wouldn't you agree? Let the music linger, Alistair, not the notes." Frustration contorted Alistair's face. Their contract with the reclusive composer Matthias Volkov was explicit. The score remained Eliza's possession, yet Alistair couldn't shake the feeling they were playing with fire. The symphony, titled Lacrimosa, spoke of a tormented soul and a chilling prophecy. The violinist who dared play it would face a tragic fate. Eliza, unperturbed by the superstition surrounding the piece, retired to her dressing room. She carefully placed her precious Guarneri in its case, her mind still lost in the haunting melodies of the Lacrimosa. Alistair, his concerns temporarily allayed by the successful performance, bid her good night, unaware that it would be the last time he saw her. The next morning, the concert hall was in an uproar. Eliza had not shown up for rehearsal, an uncharacteristic absence for the disciplined virtuoso. Alistair, his worry mounting, rushed to her dressing room. What he found there chilled him to the bone. Eliza Vanburgh was gone, her dressing room empty, her violin case abandoned, the priceless Guarneri missing. The ensuing chaos was interrupted by the arrival of Inspector Klaus Meyer, a stoic figure with a perpetually furrowed brow. The investigation quickly devolved into a tangled web of secrets. Matthias Volkov, the enigmatic composer, had been dead for decades. His only known heir, a reclusive nephew named Anton, refusing to cooperate. Alistair, desperate to salvage their reputation, vehemently denied any knowledge of Eliza's disappearance. Then there was Dr. Evelyn Walsh, Eliza's childhood friend and confidant, her face etched with a grief that seemed deeper than mere concern. Inspector Meyer, meticulously sifting through the evidence, found a cryptic message scrawled on a sheet of music, a single bar of notes from the Lacrimosa. His gut told him it was a clue, a sinister taunt left by the perpetrator. The investigation took a dramatic turn when Dr. Walsh approached Meyer. Eliza, she revealed, had been receiving cryptic letters for months, signed with the same musical notation found at the scene. The letters spoke of a hidden truth behind the Lacrimosa, a truth that could change the course of music history. Eliza, Dr. Walsh claimed, was determined to bring it to light. Following this new lead, Meyer delved into Volkov's past. He discovered that the prodigy, ostracized for his revolutionary ideas, had been accused of murdering a rival violinist. Volkov, however, vanished before the trial, his Lacrimosa left unfinished, a final defiant cry against a world that refused to understand his genius. Eliza's trail led them to a derelict opera house, a haunt for forgotten artists. Inside, Meyer found a hidden chamber, its walls adorned with sheet music unfinished drafts of the Lacrimosa. A single fresh bar, the same one left as a clue, stood out from the rest. It wasn't Volkov's writing. The realization struck him like a thunderbolt. The murderer wasn't just silencing Eliza. They were rewriting the Lacrimosa, completing Volkov's symphony with a chilling purpose. The question remained, who? Suspicion fell on each character in turn. Alistair, desperate to cover up Eliza's disappearance, could have silenced her. Anton Volkov, seeking to protect his family's dark secret, could have done the same. Dr. Walsh, heartbroken and possessive, could have orchestrated the whole thing. Motives shifted, alibis crumbled, and secrets spilled. Dr. Walsh, driven to a breakdown, confessed her love for Eliza and her fear of losing her. She admitted forging the letters, hoping to keep Eliza safe, not realizing she was putting her in greater danger. Anton, a passionate music historian, confessed to stealing the Guarneri, believing it rightfully belonged to his family. Alistair, his facade finally shattered, revealed his financial woes and a desperate gamble, faking Eliza's disappearance for publicity. As the pieces fell into place, only one suspect remained, Matthias Volkov. But how could a dead man be a murderer? The answer lay in Eliza herself. The Lacrimosa, she had realized, wasn't composed by a tortured soul, but by a heartbroken one. Volkov, ostracized and wrongly accused, had poured his grief into the music. Eliza, with her uncanny ability to hear the emotions behind the notes, discovered a hidden message within the symphony, a coded confession. Volkov hadn't murdered his rival, he had been framed. The true culprit was none other than Dr. Evelyn Walsh's grandfather, a renowned violinist of the time. Fearing Volkov's genius would eclipse his own, he had orchestrated the accusation and driven Volkov into hiding. Eliza, determined to expose the truth, planned to rewrite the final bars of the Lacrimosa, incorporating Volkov's hidden message. The murderer, aware of her plan, had to silence her before she could perform. But who was the murderer? The answer came in a shocking revelation. Dr. Walsh, overcome with shame and guilt upon learning the truth about her grandfather, broke down. She confessed to luring Eliza to the opera house, intending only to convince her to abandon the performance. However, in a moment of panic, she had accidentally struck Eliza, knocking her unconscious. Frightened and desperate, Dr. Walsh had hidden Eliza in a secret passage within the opera house, hoping she would eventually wake up. The unfinished bar of music, a desperate plea for help, was Dr. Walsh's own frantic attempt to signal for help without revealing Eliza's location. A frantic search ensued. Following Dr. Walsh's directions, they found Eliza, weak but alive, trapped within the dusty passage. Reunited with her friend, Dr. Walsh confessed everything, her tears a mixture of relief and remorse. The mystery was solved, but the tragedy lingered. Eliza, though physically unharmed, was deeply shaken. The Guarneri hidden by Anton was recovered. Alistair, exposed and humiliated, was dismissed. Anton, his obsession waning, agreed to return the violin. The performance of the Lacrimosa never took place. The symphony, once shrouded in darkness, now held a different meaning. It was a testament to a misunderstood genius, a lover's lament, and a chilling reminder of the lengths people go to in the pursuit of power and glory. News of Eliza's disappearance and subsequent reappearance spread like wildfire. The public, initially shocked, became captivated by the story behind the Lacrimosa. Eliza, choosing to heal and honor Volkov's memory, announced a new project, a performance of the completed symphony, incorporating Volkov's hidden message. The night of the performance arrived, the Vienna concert hall packed to the brim. Eliza, her eyes filled with a newfound resolve, took the stage. As the first notes of the Lacrimosa filled the air, a hush fell over the audience. The music, once haunting, now resonated with a poignant beauty. When the final bars reached a crescendo, a single unexpected note rang out, a triumphant flourish that hadn't been part of the original score. It was Eliza's addition, a testament to Volkov's vindication and the power of music to transcend even the darkest secrets. The applause that erupted afterward was unlike anything ever heard before. It wasn't just for Eliza's exceptional performance, but for the story the music told. A story of love, loss, and the enduring power of truth. The Lacrimosa, once a cursed symphony, became a symbol of redemption, forever linked to the name of Eliza Vanburgh, the violinist who dared to bring the music of a forgotten genius back to life. The true villain, Dr. Walsh, faced the consequences of her actions. Consumed by guilt, she confessed to the police, her punishment a stark reminder of the destructive nature of secrets and the heavy price of lies. The mystery of the vanishing violinist was solved, but the memory of the ordeal remained etched in Eliza's heart. It was a harsh lesson, a brush with darkness that had irrevocably changed her. Yet as she held her precious Guarneri, the music within her spirit remained unbroken, ready to fill the world with its beauty once more.
Murder Weekly is a Calaroga Shark Media production. Written and hosted by Aidan I. Flanagan. Produced by Mark Francis. Executive producers, Mark Francis and John McDermott. Portions of this podcast may have been created with the assistance of AI.
This show, along with hundreds of others from Calaroga Shark Media, is available commercial-free on any player, hassle-free. Just look for the link in the episode or show notes.
Calaroga Shark Media.